checking in with our verified team. The kids have been back in school for a few weeks now. And let's say you get a call saying that your child was exposed to COVID-19.
Kind of stomach sort of hits the floor a little bit. The quarantine guidelines have changed since this time last year, of course, because vaccines are now available. So when should you quarantine and how? Leah Shields on your side this morning verifying when you should take action. Leah, good morning.
Good morning, Lou. So imagine you get a phone call from the health department and they tell you your child's been exposed, but they don't actually have to quarantine. They can head right back to school. Well, I saw a post online about this with some Duval County parents. It got them talking, even questioning what actually are the quarantine guidelines. So I looked into it for you. Let's verify. The post says, quote, "My daughter just told me that the CDC contacted a friend in her class. She was exposed to COVID, but didn't have to quarantine because she's vaccinated. Is that the policy, or are kids spinning tall tales?" It's verified. My sources, the CDC and Dr. Mobeen Rathore, Chief of Infectious Disease and Immunology at Wolfson Children's Hospital.
I think it's a good idea to quarantine every time someone is exposed to a case of coronavirus.
There are different rules for people who are vaccinated.
The chance of a fully vaccinated individual getting an infection is extremely, extremely low. And then for them to spread to somebody is also lower.
Duval County School spokesperson says, per state statute, the Florida Department of Health manages contact tracing and quarantine directions. We support them by providing seating charts and contact information. Duval Schools also follows this decision tree. If you are exposed and asymptomatic, you can return to school after a negative test 4 days after exposure or 7 days after exposure if still asymptomatic. But guidelines differ if you're vaccinated or if you've had COVID in the past 90 days, because you would have natural antibodies. If you are having any symptoms after exposure, you will have to quarantine, no matter if you're vaccinated or not. In Riverside, Leah Shields, First Coast News, on your side.